So I'm in Jamaica, so ignore the makeup. I'm celebrating my 41st birthday, but I just had to jump on here real quick because this was in my spirit with the whole Cardi B, and I just see a lot of women saying like how Offset did her so dirty and like men are horrible, yada, yada, yada. And let me tell you, from somebody who just came out of a divorce, those were my sentiments at first. I feel like I got did so dirty. And I feel like he did it to me so publicly. And it was so embarrassing. But one thing that God had to reveal to me is that you cannot pull out of a well if it's not deep. Meaning, sometimes it's not because the men don't care, or sometimes it's not because they can't show compassion. Sometimes it's because they don't have the capacity. They don't have the capacity to carry the water that waters you well. And so my ex-husband I'll probably always love him. He was my first love. I'll always have some type of love for him. He's the father of my 3 children. Our 5 beautiful children together and our 3 grandboys. Like, that's going to be there, right? But he didn't have the capacity. And I didn't have the capacity to love him properly. Why? Because we are oftentimes looking to draw from a person what hasn't been deposited. And so it's like going to the bank and trying to get money out your account and your direct deposit ain't hit. And so we're looking to them to be the bank, the depositor and the deposit. And it's like, until they tap into and get the direct deposit, and from who? Not from the culture, not from their friends, not from their uncle who was a good man, who always did right by his family. That's not enough. Until they get the deposit from God. You going and you trying to get money out the bank that ain't there. And so they don't know how to love you properly because they don't know who they are in Christ. And they don't know that they are there to be a reflection of his love, to be there for you. And so they struggle internally, and you struggle because you can't do that for them either. But you going to them as if they the source, as if you can get money from their bank, and they keep overdrafting, and you like, oh my gosh, you my bank, you my man, you my husband. Why can't I depend on you? Because every void that you try to fill outside of God, it ain't gonna work. And so that's my encouragement to you today. Go to the right accountant. Go to God. He's the only one that can make that direct deposit hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. And you ain't gonna never overdraw him. His resources are unlimited. His character and the covenant that he's gone into. Oh my God, just because of his grace, he chose you for this covenant. He is the only way. And I'm not telling you to leave your husbands. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying go to God. Go to God for what you're looking for in your husband. You got to get it from God first. And then let your light so shine among men that people may glorify your Father in heaven. So when you go and you get that feel, live like you full and let your husband draw from you. And then he can be like, something's changed in this woman. What's changed? God is my source. And now you can be a resource. You can be a helpmate to your spouse. And baby, if you single, stay single until you know who you are, whose you are, what you were created to do. Because until you are filled, and you've gone real deep with God, and you got real deep roots with God, you won't be able to know who God has for you. Because we'll make a choice, and he'll bless that choice, and God honors the covenant of marriage. But baby, if you can avoid getting into a mess and needing God to work a miracle, stay single, tap in with God, withdraw from God, find your identity in him. All right, bye.